All right, so yeah, let's talk tech for October the 9th, 2025. I'm so sorry I get these videos to you guys late, but life it does be life and but um man, this year has gone past really fast. I would say it's going past faster than a air traffic controller, excited to get to work during this crazy government shutdown. Anyway, you know what? God is definitely good. God is good all the time, even if uh even if the Wi-Fi isn't. Yeah, so let's talk about what is going on in the world today. I normally use Flipboard to kind of keep up to date with all the tech news going on in the world. I'm a millennial, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who are millennials also use Flipboard. So yeah, a lot of Amazon Prime deals, which, to be quite honest, I don't really care about too much, but I will pretend that I do. So yeah, Tesla decided to make a cheaper Tesla, or I guess multiple Teslas. And you know what? I feel like the internet kind of went crazy over this. So the Model Y and the Model 3 have cheaper price points. It's going to be called their standard Tesla, which pretty much means you pretty much don't get all the cool stuff, but it still drives. Yeah, so the standard Model 3 starts at 39,990, and it will get you 321 miles per charge, which shouldn't give you too much range anxiety. And the Model Y, same range, 321 miles per charge. Um, which is kind of cool. So again, pretty much the same thing, but I can only imagine Tesla will find a way to make this sound revolutionary. Yeah, so the standard Model 3 can go from 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. The Model Y is 6.8 seconds. I think the premium Model 3 can go to 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. And the Model 3 Performance can actually do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, which is probably a lot faster than my 300 megabits per second internet. So, yeah, the cool thing about the standard Model 3 and the Model Y, if you go to a supercharger, you can charge it for 15 minutes and you can get 170 miles, which is kind of cool. It's pretty impressive, actually, compared to something like a Model 3 Premium. In 15 minutes on a supercharger, you can get 195 miles per charge. So, not that much of a difference. So yeah, both in the standard for the Model 3 and the Model Y, they both have vegan interior options. The standard, however, does have manual folding mirrors, while the premium have motorized folding mirrors, which, not that big of a deal, but if it's going to save a buck or two, I am definitely with it. The standard has passive shock absorbers, so probably not as smooth as what the premium offers, but you should still be able to ride over bumps and not feel like you just hit a pothole. Yeah, so if it were me, I would get a used Tesla. There's a pretty good market right now. These vehicles, they do depreciate a lot, and I would say, you know what, take advantage of someone else's bad decisions and save yourself some cash. All right, yeah, so moving on, Elgato just announced a new teleprompter, the Prompter XL, and it does measure in at 15 inches. So pretty much the same size as a 15-inch monitor, but it is a teleprompter, which is kind of cool. So you get 15 inches of, I just don't know my own lines. Otherwise, again, it's bigger, it's sharper, and it's more expensive. Yeah, so 599 for the XL, 299 for the 9-inch. The XL is 15 inches, so that's an additional $300 just to see your mistakes in high resolution. Yeah, so do I actually need one? Probably not. Do I want one? Of course I do. At the end of the day, you know what? Who doesn't want to see themselves on the screen pretending to be natural? Yeah, so if you have a Apple Vision Pro, you're going to be getting some more immersive content, which is kind of cool. So uh, it appears you'll be able to watch some Laker games and maybe some portions of Laker games, which, you know what, I think is kind of cool. until you realize you spent $4,000 and you're still sitting in your living room by yourself. Honestly, you know what? It's cool. I do feel a little bit sad. I feel like a lot of people bought the Vision Pro for clout. I can only imagine a lot of people who have it is just kind of sitting somewhere on the shelf because the content is just not there, and the developers are not there yet. I do feel like at the point where right now it's just kind of just heavy. It's almost like once you put this on your head, and if you have it on for a long period of time for something like a movie, your forehead will probably start to sweat like your forehead is in a sauna or something. Now, if Apple added live 49er games, that's definitely something I wouldn't mind having my forehead sweat for. All right, so let's talk about OpenAI. They just launched a new app. I think it's invite only at this point, but pretty much it's TikTok, but made by OpenAI, and everything is fake. Nothing is real. It's all AI generated, so fake people, fake stories, fake pretty much everything. I think it's kind of cool until you realize that you've been emotionally catfished. You know what? I'll be honest, it is kind of annoying. So let's say, you're on Facebook, for instance, or Instagram, because you can, share these videos with other social media platforms. And, you see this video and, you're doom scrolling and this looks pretty cool until you realize and you see that Sora logo somewhere that you've been duped again by AI. I don't know. This is kind of annoying. I think in today's world, we crave authenticity. Give me your real face, your real flaws. Give me, I don't know, give me bad lighting. And you don't have to give me perfection made by some AI robot. Yeah, so today I was watching a video from Bernie Sanders and he was kind of talking about AI. Now, keep in mind, I'm not like a huge Bernie guy, but I think he made a good point in terms of where AI is going in the next 10 years. And he makes a good point that it's kind of going to change everything. Definitely will change jobs. It could potentially change the work week to maybe a shorter work week, but it's going to kind of change the whole shebang. So yeah, maybe we will get that 4-day work week that we've always wanted, and the robots will just work all 7 days. So we'll be broke, but we'll be well rested at the same time. I think that's progress, right? So this is the way I look at it, and you might disagree with me because there is a good chance that there's going to be new job creations that I'm just not aware of yet. No one is aware of yet. But if AI and robots start taking our jobs, then we can buy stuff from other companies who sell stuff, and then those people will lose their jobs. So no one will have jobs to buy anything, which is kind of weird. So we might be headed into a different world that looks a lot different, that robots are doing everything for us. I will say this is sort of like a game of musical chairs, except the robots don't actually need chairs. Yeah, so Bernie also talked about how you don't want these tech companies to get too much power. He mentioned you don't want the same companies who are running these social media platforms today controlling the robots. The last thing you want is robots doing TikTok dances, but those same robots are deciding who gets health care. Yeah, so I think it's safe to say we are living in a very interesting time. I would say it's scary while it's exciting, but also I think it's very confusing if you really think about it. Anyway, that is the tech news that hit my radar today. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. If it is up to me, you deserve a cookie. But I don't think I can give you a cookie, so I give you permission to take a nap. Otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow or the next time I remember to record a video. I appreciate you guys watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. I should be here tomorrow. I don't see why I wouldn't. I will say I do record really late because I got a lot of things going on during the week. I do have a full-time job, so I kind of got to juggle both of those things. Actually, I have three jobs. This job, husband, uh, father, and then my full-time job. So again, thanks again for watching. Subscribe. I really appreciate if you do subscribe, um, so we can continue to move forward with this channel. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye.